Hello everyone. Just 1 week to go to the CAT is when the IIFT has been scheduled. So more or less it's like a strategy tweaking rather than a preparation for IIFT. In this particular video, we plan to address the strategy on how to crack the IIFT examination. Let's first look at the last 4-5 years that we get a good trend out of it. See, it's famously said that you first solve a data interpretation set and then start the paper of IIFT. What I mean here is that when we get the hard copy printed paper of IIFT in our hands, the instructions table in itself is a data interpretation set. It has variable marking, differential schemes, number of questions in each section, extremely non-standardized. Say, we've had papers where each question of quantitative aptitude was 0.84 marks, analytical reasoning was 0.74 marks, GK was 0.3 marks, vocabulary based questions were 0.3 marks, RC questions were 0.6 marks, and some random weightages. So these random weightages come with random number of questions. So it's just possible that you have say 30 questions in verbal ability and probably 20 questions in something else and 18 questions in some other section. And that means the number of questions in each section and the weightage of each and every question just keeps varying. Now, that's the problem statement given to us, we have to address it. So while we look at the instructions, we have to come up with a tentative strategy and hence this input. What has been observed is that the weightage of sections has more or less become consistent in terms of verbal ability having around 27-28 marks as a presence out of 100. So I can say approximately 27% is verbal ability and RC put together. Approximately 33-34% is the domination from the analytical reasoning, logical reasoning and data interpretation sections put together. Approximately 25% from quantitative aptitude and around 14-15% from GK section or the current awareness section. This is the problem which is given to us, and the other thing which we know for a fact is that IIFT focuses more on total score with sectional minimum cutoffs. Yes, I mean it, sectional minimum cutoffs rather than sectional cutoffs. I'll explain what I say is that the total cutoff over the last 5 years has been ranging between a 37 marks and a 50 marks out of 100. That's a huge range for a variation when we consider the fact that majority of the questions are less than or equal to 1 marks of weightage. So a variation of 13-14 marks might mean an effective variation of approximately 20 questions for the cutoff. This cutoff has been varying, or rather the total cutoff, but sectional minimums haven't been varying. So for example, a GK might just need a 2.5-3 marks for a cutoff, and all the other sections we might just need something between 3 marks and 5 marks, probably sometime 4 marks, sometime 5 marks. Exactly that is what is required for a sectional minimum. Let's look at it. That means a 5 marks in quant, a 5 marks in DI, a 4-5 marks in analytical logical reasoning, 4 to 5 marks in verbal ability and 3 odd marks in GK. This is 5, 5, 5, 5 and 3, a total of only 23 marks. But then this is not the cutoff. The cutoff is approximately 35, probably sometimes 37, sometimes 50. It just means I have to balance off my sectional minimums and I have to take that leap in terms of a total score. And hence on the basis of this and the paper pattern, let's come up with a strategy. The moment we open the paper to solve, first thing we run for is a sectional minimum. Let me pick up my area of strength. I feel that I'm really good with verbal ability. I'll jump into verbal ability, get my 5 marks from there, move out. Move out to quantitative aptitude, get my 5 marks, move out. Move out to verbal, analytical reasoning, logical reasoning and move to data interpretation, get my 5 marks. Go to GK, get my 3 marks. This 23-25 marks might approximately have eaten up around 40-45 minutes of my time, but that gives me a lot of mental stability in terms of having cleared the sectional cutoffs. Now I am working with a single focus of maximizing my total score. As far as maximizing the total score is concerned, all I need to do is that go to my area of strength and just perform. So if for example I have quant as my strength, I'll jump into quant section, maximize it to a 15-20 ka score, move out of that, move to DI, AR, LR, move into getting a 20 marks from there, move into verbal, get a 15 odd marks, just reach the total score. So your paper now is split into 3 performance areas. First, look at the instructions, understand the paper format. If there is an outrageous weightage to some particular section, say for example one of the IIFTs had a 1 mark for every analytical reasoning question, and that year accidentally the analytical reasoning section was easy. If such is the condition given to you, you better crack AR first and then move on to other sections. Exactly in that manner, I'll jump in, first look at the table, and I will see if there is something outrageous. If nothing, okay, so now I know what to do. The next thing, I open the paper, fetch my sectional minimums. That's probably the strategy for the first 40 odd minutes. The next 1 hour 20 minutes, I'll go maximizing my total score, and just this much, a step-by-step process should take care of my IIFT cutoffs. All of these things are on the basis of past trends. If there's something that drastically changes, I'm pretty sure you're equipped enough to add your own judgments and crack the paper by your own merits. Best wishes, have a good IIFT, and yes, you are 1 week away from CAT the moment you finish IIFT. So don't relax, come back to the drawing board and start preparing for the next exam. Best of luck.